Dick, will you do the invocation?
Well, it fell and hit her in the head.
Security guys.
Everyone has the April 13th, 2015 minutes in their packet. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to be approved.
Okay. We have a motion and second to approve. Do I hear any corrections or comments? All those in favor can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Janice, Ms. Taylor, I think at this time, do you have a special presentation?
I sure do.
Okay.
I want to recognize the Locust Grove Lady Pirates basketball team for their accomplishments and success in securing the 2015 4A State Basketball Championship. They are also to be commended for representing Locust Grove High School and Cherokee Nation for their dedication to excellence both on and off the basketball court. They've shown tremendous athletic ability throughout the 2015 season, and they are a shining star in the Cherokee Nation.
Stand out. Give us all time.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Councilman Byrd, I believe you and Councilman Walkenstick want to make a presentation. Also, I'd like to be included in that one. Yeah.
Absolutely. Before we start, Locust Grove girls, you see how ladylike they look? They didn't look like that on the floor when they I mean, they all just sweaty and getting after it now. These girls, I saw a picture of them when they went to state capitol, and they all had dresses on. We didn't even recognize half of them. Now, they're casual tonight, so you ladies want to come here? We'll form line coaches. Coach Callison, Coach Monty. These are the 3A state girls champions.
Would you like to say something? This is our head coach, Coach Larry Callison.
Well, I guess I could say it's awful nice from the coach's point of view when you know you have these type of players. It's just whether they can put it together at the right time or not, and we did. It was an unbelievable season. I'm so proud of these young ladies. I'm not sure a lot of people gave them a chance to do what they did early in the season, but people like Locust Grove have beat up on us a few times in scrimmages, and Fort Gibson helped us a whole lot. And I couldn't be more proud of these young ladies, and your parents here done a great job with them, and hopefully we'll have a shot at it again next year. We've got a lot of them back. And we have some girls not here today because of track and some things like that, so just that time of the year. But great group of young ladies, we're proud of them. And my sister John did a good job.
We actually have a little slideshow of the Sequoia girls, I think.
Okay, let's give Locust Grove another hand. We can give credit to Randy Gibson and Teddy Snell for putting that together. Raise your hand back there. Outstanding job. Now, if the girls want a copy, you have a copy? Okay. Okay, thank you. Ladies, you can be excused. Coach?
You guys give Chief Bird credit for the song. That was Chief Bird's song, We Are the Champions.
Okay, that puts us back on schedule for the State of the Nation, given by Principal Chief Bill John Baker.
Osho, and welcome to the May Council meeting. You know, we've got lots of highlights and news this month. We just came back from the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, the flagship of the Cherokee Nation, where we entertained 129 volunteer fire departments and sent them home with over $451,000 to help protect the rural communities of the Cherokee Nation. You know, we just last week got the opportunity to open the first of 4 clinics that are near completion, a $10 million health facility in Oshaleta, 28,000 square feet facility, 5 times larger than the existing Bartlesville Health Center that it replaces. Our bison herd is doing very well. We went out and visited, and the mamas are gaining weight, and we've got 12 babies on the ground, and they have settled in, almost totally domesticated. They sure like that Bermuda grass that we've got up in Delaware County, but they're doing very, very well. Lots of big things coming up this week. We will celebrate Hospital Week at W.W. Hastings on Thursday, and the Cherokee Nation's economic development impact will be at Friday at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. There's also an ICW public hearing in Tulsa on Thursday, and many of our staff will be participating in that very important hearing. Tonight we've got some special recognitions. If we could, we've got the members of the Cherokee Nation's language program. Please stand, and I'd like to recognize them for their work and another great achievement. Stand up. This team continues to work with Google to ensure the Cherokee language is accessible to millions of smartphone users. Now our Cherokee language is on more smartphones than any and other devices, as it is available on the to the Android users as well. It can be downloaded in to more than 20 Android products. It's another great achievement, and yet another way for our language to stay modern as we use it. Wado, for you all reaching for the work, and congratulations for reaching another watermark. Please come down and let's take a picture.
Speech. He won't get
Yeah, speech.
Anybody got?
Speech.
All right.
All right.
Sione God. Ita lelita kohig. Lasken iskidan eller leiskila kodisken istudojila stana ha. Negat no znogedan han dogila stana hozi woniska. Tago hustig ogila ski yogadante. No this kun negat go hust no zdana ha. Nehi is a state of no leskun ni New York zdana. Asken negat kun na state of the gestaste. Ita lelita se. Hanelta. Ja, hanelta.
Sione God. what Durbin was talking about. He just wanted to thank everybody at CURE for the recognition that you have provided for us, and that this work that we are doing is for the children that's coming up. And we want them to learn the language, and we encourage everybody in here to learn the language. Wado.
You want to give a speech too? Anna. At this time, we come to the part of the program where we recognize those that were with us last month and will no longer be with us on this earth. Tribal Counselor Jody Fishin-Hawk lost her brother Lance, and we are deeply sorrowed by the loss. James Bagwell of Tahlequah, Charles Ballard of Tahlequah, Carrie Bartlett of Tulsa, Ricky Biding of Claremore, Eli Blackbird of Salisaw, Joe Burton of Salisaw, Ferris Charles of Tahlequah, Clyde Chukalate of Stillwell, Richard Daniels of Tulsa, Alvin Davis of Tulsa, Melissa Dillon of South Coffeyville, Andrea Etheridge of Grove, Robert Evans of Stillwell, Mary Lee Feeling of Pryor, Michael Fields of Grove, Edna Forcum of Tahlequah, Eula Foreman of Grove, Louise Gwynn of Pryor, Gary Hale of Salisaw, Stephen Hammonds of Claremore, Jody Harper of Nowata, Tommy Hogner of Salisaw, Robert Ugley of Edmond, Darlene Kellogg of Wagner, Kimberly Martinez of Sand Springs, Judy Miller of Salisaw, Jackie Morton of Stillwell, Billy Proctor of Pryor, Gavin Pryor of Salisaw, Dora Riddle of Salisaw, Edna Roberts of Stillwell, Alice Scroggins of Salisaw, Charles Selvage of Henrietta, Philip Smith of Stillwell, Harry Soap of Stillwell, Bobby Taylor of Salisaw, Matthew Thompson of Tahlequah, Shirley Wilmoth of Siloam Springs, Floyd Young of Claremore, and Bobby Keeter of Muskogee. Are there others?
I apologize if any of these have been duplicated. I tried to listen. Wayne Stoll of Afton, Oklahoma, who's a former Delaware Tribal Council member, and was he chief?
Maybe not.
But former tribal council and one of our smoke shop owners. Clifford Punkhouse of Chelsea, Susie Galbraith of Ramona, who is one of our language keepers. Fondella Yvonne Perky Pritchard of Claremore, John Dallas Wilhoit of Claremore, who's also the grandfather of Liz Burns, who is one of our bike riders and youth council members.
Thank you.
I have Kenny Boyer of Shoto.
Catherine Gord of Broken Arrow, and Doug Stratton of Cookson.
We could have a moment of silence for all of the...
I have one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Peanut Brave of Halbert.
Peanut Brave. Okay. We have a moment of silence, please. Wado.
Cherokee Warrior Veterans Awards by S. Joe Crittenden, our Deputy Principal Chief.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Council, staff, and guests. Tonight we have two veterans that we want to honor posthumously. We had two others that had a late cancellation, so They won't be here this evening. But would the family of Larry Marvel and Gerald Marvel, would you come down, please? Mr. Garvin, would you help us with this presentation, please? I want to read about these two veterans who are deceased at this time. Larry Marvel enlisted in the U.S. Navy Reserves in January of 1983 in Oklahoma City. As a seaman recruit, he trained in Orlando. He was a student in photo training at the Naval Air Station in Pensacola before going into active duty on his assigned ship, the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, CVN 69. During his service time, Larry's ship spent time in the Mediterranean Sea. He later extended his enlistment for another service term. He was honorably discharged from the Navy in 1989 in New Orleans as an aviation boatswain's mate seaman in launching and recovery. He received the U.S. Navy Honorable Discharge Medal. And his brother, Gerald Marvel, enlisted in the U.S. Air Force as an airman in November of 1950 in Tulsa. He studied primary weapons at Lowry Air Force Base in Colorado from January to March 1951. He was then stationed at the Randolph Air Base in San Antonio. He served as a crew trainer in the Air Force Training Command. He was later stationed at Travis Air Force Base in Fairfield, California, Mountain Home Air Base in Mountain Home, Idaho, and Fairchild Air Base in Spokane. He also served in Japan and flew over Korea with significant duty assignments with the 9th Bombardment Wing of the 15th Air Force in the Strategic Air Command. He was honorably discharged in 1953 as an airman, first class. He received the Korean Service Medal, United Nations Service Medal, and the National Defense Service Medal. He later worked as a rancher in Follett, Texas. And family member, I want to thank you, sir, for the memory and the service of your family members to this country.
You also get the Warriors medals for each one of them. And would you like to say anything on their behalf?
I just appreciate what they've done for our country and for our family, and I miss them a whole lot. It's been
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, I would like to amend the agenda. This one. It'll be for all of them. Okay. From the Community Service Committee, a resolution supporting the proposed changes made by the Bureau of Indian Affairs to strengthen the Indian Child Welfare Act of 1978, and also from the Resource Committee, a resolution authorizing the placement of land in trust at Hastings Hospital. And I recommend that we have, is there another one here?
Another one, too.
A resolution authorizing the placement of another 44.93 acres land to be put in trust.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Speaker.
Oh, I'm sorry, I left out another one. A resolution authorizing the Bureau of Indian Affairs to revise and update the Cherokee Nation's inventory of the tribal transportation facilities. That was from the Community Services Committee also.
Okay, you have a sheet in front of you that a motion has been made to add 5, 6, and 7, and I guess 8 to the end of our agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Are there any comments to amending the agenda? All those in favor can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it, and we'll add that is 5, 6, 7, and 8 on our agenda. I see no unfinished business, so we'll move right into committee reports. Our Housing Authority Director is attending on our behalf the National Housing Conference, so we'll move into a report from Sean Slayton, our CEO of Cherokee Nation Businesses.
Good evening, Council. Be reporting on March's financial results. It was an excellent month. We finished at $15.4 million, which was the second highest record for the company in our history. It was a fantastic month, and I want to tip my hat to all of our employees for the hard work that they're doing each and every day. Additionally, we contributed just over $300,000 in tax collections to the Tax Commission. Several projects underway or just about to get underway. We'll be getting underway shortly with a remodel or a new Outpost 1. We're excited about that. We were excited to finish up at Oshaleta and look forward to the Jay and Stillwell clinics opening as well. Tomorrow, everyone's invited to a dignitary hard hat tour at Roland. That starts at 12 to 2 o'clock, and we would welcome your attendance there. I was there last Wednesday and went through it, and it's a beautiful facility, and expect great things for the Roland facility. Our fourth episode of OCO Voices of the Cherokee People will air next Sunday, May 17th. We continue to receive great feedback on the show and are producing a new episode every month. The show airs Sundays at 9 a.m. on KTUL, Channel 8 in Tulsa. It is also on RSU TV, KHBS, and KHOG in Fort Smith and Fayetteville, and KOAM and KSN in the Joplin area. The full episodes are also available on our website, OCO TV. And Amanda, I think this new one coming up is about the trip to Washington, D.C. and all the Cherokee things that are up there. So should be a good one and be very interesting. Our employees recently celebrated the spring season by volunteering in a statewide initiative to make Oklahoma cleaner and greener. Trash Off is the single largest one-day cleanup effort in the state of Oklahoma. It's also the state signature event in the Great American Cleanup, the nation's largest community improvement program. In an effort to keep local communities clean, CNB and Cherokee Nation Entertainment have had additional cleanup days scheduled throughout the year. Our current job numbers, 6,121 employees. We have in the businesses that we can practice a preference, 73.8% Cherokee with other Native American at 8%, for a total of 81.8% Native American employment. That concludes my report. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Victoria, will you take number 1?
Yes. This is a resolution confirming the nomination of Durbin Feeling as an advisory committee member of the Cherokee National Treasures Program. And he is here, and I would put this in the form of a motion.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and second. Are there questions or comments?
I just might add that he was at our Rules Committee and gave us a little discussion at the table, and we all are proud and happy that you're going to serve. Thank you.
All those in favor can signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. Mr. Feeling, would you like to make any comments?
I'll speak in Gilisi this time.
Thank you.
I'm just happy to, I'm still learning the ropes and everything. But we did have a real good meeting this morning, and they pushed things through. I like that. We had a meeting from 10 to 12, or 10 to 11, and very efficient group. And I thank you all for having the just having confidence in me to serve on something like that. Well done.
Victoria, could I also have you take number 2?
Yes. This is a resolution recognizing Cherokee Nation citizen Dawn Stover. I will let our attorney tell us more about what she has done.
Thank you, Councilor Vasquez. Dawn Stover is a Cherokee Nation citizen. She is the executive director for the Native American Domestic Violence Sexual Assault Coalition for Oklahoma, which is the Native Alliance Against Violence. And she was awarded the Bonnie Heavy Runner Award in December of 2014 at the Indian Nations Conference for her services to tribal crime victims. And so the council is recognizing her. Do we have any of our One Fire Task Force here? Marcia, you want to come down? Marcia Lamb is a member of our task force, and so am I. And so one thing, Dawn, I want to give you the ribbon of our task force. And we have a plant with purple on it. Purple is domestic violence colors. Dawn has worked very hard, and she was also invited by President Obama to attend the signing of the 2013 Violence Against Women Act reauthorization, which addressed a lot of issues, domestic violence and sexual assault, victimization in Indian country. And so I want to congratulate you, Dawn, for all your work, and thank you for all the work that you do to serve crime victims.
Just 1 second.
I'll second.
That was a motion. We have a second. Any comments? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Okay. We'll take pictures now.
Thank you. Do you want to make a comment?
I will just make a quick comment. It's an honor to work in Indian country, and particularly with the professionals that work every day to serve victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. And so it's an honor to be here and to accept this and to be recognized, but I would be remiss if I didn't say that I share this graciously with all of the advocates that are out there that work 24/7 to serve victims, because they're the boots on the ground. And so it's easy doing my job when we have such wonderful people out there working. Thank you very much.
Janelle, will you take number 3?
Yes, I'd be happy to. This is a resolution authorizing the location of the 2015 election polling places. I recommend this be approved.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? All those in favor can signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. Okay. Janice, will you take number 4?
This is an act amending Legislative Act 2514, authorizing the comprehensive operating budget for fiscal year 2015 and declaring an emergency, and I put that in the form of a motion.
Do we have a second? Okay, we have a motion and second. This is on the budget. Yes. Sir?
I think we've left one out here in District 5.
Which one are we on, Mr. Thornton?
Polling places.
Okay. Would we be able to go ahead and finish out number 4, and then we'll go back to number 3? That be okay? Okay. I think we were ready to take a vote on number 4. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed? Okay, the ayes have it, and the budget mod will be passed. Now, Mr. Thornton, would you like to revisit number 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's go back to number 3. Let's see. And were you thinking, you have the floor, sir?
Yes, in District 5, we've left the polling place out. It would be at Salisaw,
Okay.
at the Housing Authority on Highway 64.
We have someone here from the election board. Let's let her check her records, and then let's see what we need to do next. It's not one? It's not there.
That's going to be a super. 5 and 6 are both going to vote either.
Okay, I think we have a clarification here. Just like at Tahlequah, where 1, 2, and 3 will all vote at Sequoia School, 5 and 6 will vote at Salisaw United Methodist Church. Is that correct?
Yes.
It'll be a super polling place with 2 separate precincts inside.
Yes, Speaker, if I may.
Yes.
That is correct. There are several that have super precincts. Tahlequah Sequoia Cafeteria has District 1, 2, and 3. Salisaw, the Housing Authority, has District 5 and 6. Stillwell and Westfield have Districts.
Go back to 5 and 6.
5 and 6 is at the Housing Authority.
Okay, then it's not at the United Methodist Church?
We have that, 2 separate locations there.
Okay, so do we need to add?
I mean, we have our people that voted there last election, and now you're going to change the precinct. That's what I was saying. Never got put on.
So if 5 and 6 is going in there, we have the housing authority do
It's not a
it.
straight, super precinct.
Yeah. Ms. Allen, will you check your records, because you have Salisaw United Methodist Church on our records. Now, is that going to be the super polling place, or will you be splitting them up, 5 at 1 and 6 at 1? Which would be then the housing authority. Have you made a contract with them?
Yes, sir. I need to go out and call the person, the commissioner that actually confirmed that and get that.
Okay, here's what I would like to do. Let's give her an opportunity to make her call. Let's revisit this at the end of our agenda here, when we could amend it if they've got a contract with them. They've signed contracts, Mr. Thornton, with every place that's on this list.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's easy to get on that.
Well, only thing is, our deadline is right now, I think.
The only thing is, you've got people in District 5.
Well, it's
Last year in District 5.
It's not a,
You got people in District 6 that voted over in Methodist Church last year.
I understand that. Let's let her make her call.
Never brought up during the meeting.
I can call.
Yeah.
Be a super polling.
Okay, thank you. Well, would that be okay with you if we come back and visit it at the end of our agenda? Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll move on to number 5. Frankie, would you take that?
This is a resolution supporting the proposed changes made by the Bureau of Indian Affairs to strengthen the Indian Child Welfare Act of 1978. I put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Mr. Thornton made the second. Do we have questions or comments on number 5? I think we visited this one this afternoon. All those in favor can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? I believe the ayes have it. Curtis, will you take number 6?
Yes, this is a resolution authorizing the Bureau of Indian Affairs, BIA, to revise and update the Cherokee Nation's inventory of tribal transportation facilities. I put this in form of motion.
We have a motion and second. And I'm sorry, Mr. Lay, I think that might have come out of your committee. I might have got y'all switched up here a little bit. I apologize. Okay. Any questions or comments? Yes, Mr. Keener.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to be added as a sponsor.
Okay. Would anybody else like to be added as a sponsor? Okay, we've got some hands here. Did you get everybody down on this end? Harley, Kara, Dawn, I think Victoria, Joe. Let's see. Do we get everybody down on this end? Okay, everybody on this end. I guess it's everybody. Okay. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Other questions or comments? All those in favor can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Okay, that'll move us to number 7. Joe Bird, will you take that?
Yes, ma'am. This is the resolution authorizing the placement of land in trust, Hastings Hospital. Put that in form of a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Do we have any questions or comments? All those in favor can signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. Mr. Walkingstick, will you take number 8?
This is a resolution authorizing the placement of land in trust, 44.93 acres. I'd like to put that in form of a motion.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion and second on number 8. Questions or comments? All those in favor can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Mr. Thornton, could we take like a 5-minute break? Would that be your recommendation, sir, in the form of a motion?
My recommendation is 19 precincts.
Well, could we take about a 5-minute break? Would you put that in the form of? Okay, I'm going to take a recess for about 5 minutes unless I hear an objection. We'll reconvene here in 5 minutes. Thank you.